Good evening. I am Tara Farr, senior class sponsor at Hinkley High School. Welcome to our 2021 commencement ceremony. Please stand for the processional and remain standing and remove headgear for the national anthem. Guests, graduates, please remain standing for the national anthem. Choir, please take your place.
The dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave. I forgot our
Please be seated. At this time, I would like to ask that all friends, families, and guests silence any cell phones, be present in the moment, and enjoy this joyous celebration. It is my pleasure to introduce our principal, Dr. Larry Irvin.
Good evening, class of 2021 teachers, families, and friends. Thank you for being here to celebrate this momentous occasion. At this time, I would like to introduce our welcomed platform guests. Please hold your applause until all guests have been recognized. Platform guests, when your name is read, please stand for recognition. Mr. Rico Munn, Superintendent, Aurora Public Schools. Dr. Sulin Toussaint, P12 Northeast Learning Community Director. Representing our Board of Education, Ms. Vicki Reinhardt. Mr. Jason Reimer, one of our class heralds. Ms. Kiana Barfield, one of our class heralds. I would also like to recognize our top 10 who are sitting on the stage and in the front row. Julia Merida, Ghazi MD Iftakhar Morshed, Simon Mateus Chian, Jimmy Tran, Lishan Acosta Rios, Bonsitu Kaboto, Nu Vo, Jessica Godoy, our salutatorian, Ariana Morales Garcia, and our valedictorian, Brianna Remigio Oriana. Please give everyone a warm welcome. Miss Tara Farr was selected by the class of 2021 to speak at their graduation ceremony. Here she is with some words of reflection.
Good evening, and thank you for this great honor. In the 27 years I have been at Hinkley as a Thunderbird, I take this time of year to reflect about the class I just had and all that they meant to me. The class of 2021 is no exception. Although I don't know you by face due to the unique learning experience we had this year, I do know your character and your grace. You were raised right by those people sitting behind you. You are polite, socially conscious, and goal-oriented. You are resilient. You have discovered that you can overcome any obstacle put in your way. A new way of learning? No problem. A global pandemic? You masked up. Not seeing your friends every day? No worries, because you created group chats, played video games together, and joined sports, although a little unconventional this year. You, the class of 2021, are magnificent. The class quote you selected has really been my guiding principle this year. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. As I deconstruct the words of this quote, I find so much to inspire me. Confidently. This term means to have faith and lack of doubt. I am confident that you will soar to new heights. The class of 2021 will approach life with confidence through faith in your abilities, beliefs, and character. Direction. I have thought of the symbols of the compass and the North Star a lot when I think about you. I even put a compass on your senior gifts to remind you to always find direction. It is so vital that we have an instrument that guides us through smooth waters as well as storms, through dark nights or a canopy of stars to light the way. Through direction, you can reach any destination. Think about that throughout your life. What is your guiding decisions? Do you need a support system for assistance? Have you left enough room in your plan to venture to a different pathway when you realize the direction you thought was best may not be so anymore? Class of 2021, use that compass or find that North Star. Figure out your place in this ever-changing world and give yourself permission to follow the path or change course when you need. Just remember that your family at Hinkley will still be there to help you along the way. Dreams, a cherished aspiration, ambition, or ideal. My wish for you is to dream and dream big. Aspire to be a greater generation. Have ambition to build the life you have imagined for yourself and your family. Seek the ideal in every thought and decision you make. Your ideal will only become a reality with hard work and determination. You can't wait for opportunities. You need to create them. So dream big and paint the masterpiece of your life. Live life. I love that this part of the quote is so direct and full of action. What does it mean to live life? Is it building healthy relationships, pursuing career goals, standing up for justice, leading when your talents are needed, or joining a movement when you know that one voice or one action can and will make a difference? So class of 2021, live the life you have imagined. Leave Hinkley knowing you have the tools to guide you towards the life you imagine, the world you imagine. We will be looking to the stars and seeing the shimmer of light and remember you and all will do to bring light to the dark and direction when it is missing or misguided. And don't forget that we will leave the porch light on at Hinkley High for whenever you need us, because we know that you are leaving our nest, but you can always come home whenever you need to. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You're here. You're ready. You are our vision of perfection. Thank you. At this time, our choir, under the direction of Miss Rosie O'Connor, will present a recording of a special selection for the class of 2021. It's titled For Good, arranged by Mac Huff. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to our fabulous Hinkley Choir.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return.
Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you.
Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood.
Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart, and whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a ship blown from a tomorrow, the wind off the sea, like a sea dropped by a bird in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for
All right, this is my favorite part. We would now like to show you all the amazing aspects of this senior class. Class of 2021, this is where you get to stretch those legs in recognition of your accomplishments. We wish to honor seniors for their academic honors, awards, and scholarships. I would like to take a moment to recognize them. Please hold your applause until all students have been recognized. Will all of you who received academic scholarships or athletic scholarships or grants for higher education, please stand and face the crowd. Congratulations. Please be seated. Students received academic cords based on their grade point average. Students who received a white, silver, or gold cord by earning grade point averages from a 3.5 to a 4.959 GPA, please stand and face the audience. Congratulations. Please be seated. Would International Baccalaureate, Health Sciences Pathway, Principles of Engineering Pathway, Pathways to Teaching, National Honor Society, Thespian International Honor Society, National Speech and Debate Honor Society, Art National Honor Society, HOSA, class offers, and allot students who have received a cord, please stand and face the audience. Congratulations. Please be seated. Okay, here we go. If you participate in the following categories, please stand, be recognized, and face the audience. Please stand if you have attended APS schools since kindergarten. Thank you. You may be seated. Please stand if you have participated in a club at Hinkley High School. Thank you. Please be seated. Please stand if you are a member of Junior ROTC or if you are enlisted in a branch of the United States military. Thank you. Please stand if you are part of Project Lead the Way or Pathways to Teaching. Thank you. Please stand if you received your CCA college credit while at Hinkley High School. Thank you. Please be seated. Please stand if you were a member of an athletic team who competed on these fields or courts. Thank you. Please stand if you were involved in a theater or music production. Thank you. If you earned a certificate or an associate's degree from Pickens Technical College or the Community College of Aurora, please stand. Thank you. Please stand if you are a first-generation graduate. Thank you. Please stand if you will be the first in your family to attend college. Thank you. And finally, please stand if you are a Hinkley Thunderbird graduating with the class of 2021. Thank you. We're so proud of you. You are a flight above the rest. Please be seated. It is now my honor to introduce our salutatorian, Ariana Morales Garcia, who would like to share a few words to commemorate the class of 2021.
Good evening, everyone. It's truly a pleasure for me to represent the class of 2021. Today is a culmination of one of the most significant roads in our lives. And at this moment we share sadness because it's time to say goodbye to people who we put our trust and hopes. However, we also share our happiness for all our achievements. We also share joy of being able to stand on our own feet here tonight and say, I made it. From sweat, blood, and tears, we stand here today proud to announce that we are high school graduates. Some of us have gone above and beyond by earning their associate's degree, IB diploma, or PICAN certificate. We have achieved a lot, and we should feel proud. However, as much as we would like to take full credit of our success, we need to acknowledge that we are here because someone took their time to inspire us, to motivate us, to dream higher, and have aspiration for us. With this in mind, I do not want to forget about those people who have helped us so much on this difficult path, people who have contributed our journey. With them, it has been much easier to survive the past 4 years. They have given us their unconditional support during difficult moments when everything was at its hardest. They have given us a push when we needed it. These people are our families, our parents, brothers, sisters, grandparents, uncles, cousins, aunts, you name it. I just want to say thank you for your support and your confidence in us in behalf of the class of 2021. En mi caso, quiero agradecer a mis papás por dejarme seguir con mis sueños, a mi mamá por siempre apoyarme, a mi papá por escucharme y a mis tíos por recibirme en su casa como si fuera su propia hija, a mi tía por siempre estar ahí para mí y a mi tío por darme tanta alegría y a mi hermana y mis primitas por hacerme reír cuando más lo necesitaba. Pero sobre todo, Pero sobre todo quiero darle las gracias a mi papá Rafa por darme el coraje de seguir adelante. Y quiero darle muchas gracias por haber sido un abuelo excepcional y por haberme dado una gran sabiduría. Él siempre me decía, ¿cómo quiere andar? ¿Dar un paso hacia adelante o dos hacia atrás? Y yo le contestaba que yo quería dar uno hacia adelante. Donde quieras que estés, quiero darte las gracias y decirte que te amo. I'm sorry. In my case, I want to thank my parents for letting me continue with my dreams, my uncles for welcoming me into their house as if I was their own daughter, and my grandfather for giving me the motivation and the courage to move on. He gave me great wisdom. He always told me, how do you want to move on? Move a step forward or two behind? And I always answer him, move one forward. Okay, so in addition to our families, we should not forget our friends, the ones we had before arriving at Hinkley and the ones we meet at this race called high school. The ones who help us and support us when we have so much homework that we didn't even know where to start. Those who encourage us when we fail in a subject, and those who advise us and ask for advice at times of crisis. I remember how I used to freak out every time I got a lower score on a test, and the phantom anxiety came into control over my self-esteem, because I feel I was not good enough, and because of this, I was emerging into depression. Yet all my friends held me tight, give me the stamina to keep climbing the mountain, the courage to keep going, and a good laugh to lighten the load of my way on the mountain. So here's my advice. It's very difficult to find a good friend. It's even more difficult to leave them behind and impossible to forget them. So take care of this friendship. Don't sacrifice this friendship over superficial matters. So I would like to give a big shout out to Mara, Julia, Jessica, Giselle, Carlos, and Brianna, and Bansin too for being such a wonderful friends across my entire high school. And let's not forget about our teachers, those who demand so much of us and took care of us. And I have heard many times that there are teachers who mark you for life, but I didn't quite believe it. However, as the years went by, I discovered how wrong I was, because each one of the teachers that I had at Hinkley became a sculptor who helped create the person who is standing in front of you. For example, my math teacher, Miss Himes. Because of my math teacher, Miss Himes, I ended up loving math. Before, I believed I needed to understand everything and know everything, so I hated the subject because I didn't understand it at all. But then she told me that it was okay to make mistakes, and I was there to learn. I didn't need to know everything in order to be successful. So, even though I almost turned ball in her class every time I took a test, and she always gave us an advanced questions about something that we didn't look at, that we had never looked at before, she helped me build my confidence, and for that, I will always be grateful. Thank you. So many people think that a good teacher knows how to explain well and help their students get good grades, but that's wrong. A good teacher is passionate about their subject and explains it in such a way that all the students want to keep learning with the same excitement. The most important thing that a teacher has done for me is look at me in the eye, ask me how I was doing, acknowledge my difficulties, and find a way to help me and comfort me, and give me encouragement. In short, good teachers offer us their example that everything, or almost everything, in life has a solution, and that there are two ways of facing challenges, with determination or without it. In this traumatic year, we should be thankful for all the love and support we receive from each of these individuals. COVID-19 caught us off guard. I think it's safe to say that we all thought that online school was gonna be much easier, and later we found out that it wasn't. We all had multiple mental breakdowns when the Wi-Fi went down while taking a test, or when we went to sleep and woke up and just realized that class was over and you have no clue what to do. But it also changed. This pandemic changed our senior year and our plans, but it also changed the world. COVID-19 stole many things from us. Some of us lost a family member, others lost their jobs, and others lost themselves. Yet this pandemic gave us something positive. It taught us that whatever is stressing us is minuscule. It also showed us that the type of attitude and mindset we have represents a big factor to overcoming our challenges. The scars that this pandemic left will never disappear, but we have to keep in mind that we're stronger now. So, if you ask me to describe the meaning of life with 3 words, I will say it's a race. Life is a race in which we must take different roads, adapt to changes, fall and survive. It's common for us to find moments in which we must take risks, such as joining a club without any friend, or playing a sport despite not being very good at it, or just speaking in public. For example, a couple years ago, we entered high school, frightened because it was the beginning of this new intricate road. But we conquered our fears. We became the master of our own destiny. In my case, I was terrified because I was different. I was still learning how to properly speak English, and I was filled with self-doubts. I viewed myself as inferior to the other students. Consequently, the word success never crossed my radar. And I'm sure many of my classmates feel the same way for many different reasons. So, one of my teachers, Ms. Kiefer, helped me understand that we fear failure because we cannot stand the sensation of feeling vulnerable. Yet, what makes us vulnerable is also the source of strength. It doesn't matter how many times we fall, what matters is how many times we stand back up. Therefore, although I'm scared of this new road that we're about to embark on, I'm also excited because of the challenges that we'll face in the future. I want every minute of every hour to matter. I want us to create change and to be the change. We're often told to step out of the box. In my case, I interpret the box to be the limitations that society places on us. We often believe that by stepping out, we excel. But as I grow, I realize that there is no buts. Our past, our friends, or families cannot define who we are. Don't misunderstand me. Our friends and family are there to support us. However, our life is ours. We have the will to select the direction we want to go. We have the power to create a reality of our dreams. Therefore, we don't need to step over any buts. Our only responsibility is to be the best version of ourselves. We define who we are. The class of 2021 decided to select the quote, "Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined," by Henry David. I think this quote is perfect for us because we survived a pandemic. We survived one of the hardest academic years, and we will survive many more challenges. Some of us have already discovered the direction they will take towards their dream, and some of us are still trying to figure it out. But I want all of you to relax. Rome was not built in a single day. We have a life ahead of us, so try everything you want. Please cry, laugh, breathe, smile, enjoy life. Always keep dreaming because from our dreams we reveal our purpose. I cannot tell you with exactness what purpose is because there are many interpretations of this concept. And I believe that every person must create their own definition. But how is it done? We create our own definition of purpose through life experiences. In the words of Dr. Jen Wilson, purpose refers to the extent to which people see their life as having meaning, sense of direction, and goals. Purpose gives us power. While I was trying to define the meaning of my purpose, little by little, I became more confused because I didn't know how I would be able to create a speech that will motivate all of you to find your purpose. That's when this idea came to my mind. Our purpose will develop as we grow and mature. The purpose is something that we create for ourselves by going confidently through life. So you don't need to find your purpose because your purpose will find you. So, during all these years, we have accumulated experiences, moments, and memories at Hinkley, in our classes, in the hallways, in the cafeteria, or just in the stairs. And the truth is, all of them will accompany us forever. As you live today, I will encourage all of you to take pride in yourself. Have confidence that you will discover your purpose and never stop dreaming. Have faith in you because I have faith in all of you. So, my last advice is to think the same way as I do. Today's struggles will be tomorrow's success. So we must keep pushing ourselves to reach our collective dreams. Never stop dreaming. Thank you.
Thank you, Ariana. It is now my privilege to introduce our valedictorian, Brianna Remigio Oriana, who will present her thoughts on this special occasion.
Good evening, fellow graduates, family, friends, and teachers. I would first like to start by congratulating Hinkley's class of 2021. Despite this past year being one full of obstacles and not knowing what to expect, we all worked hard to be where we are today, as well as prepare for what our future holds. This past year, we found ourselves confined to education through a laptop. We often found ourselves in a tough situation where we did not know how to communicate with our fellow classmates or our teachers without having to do the tough task of turning off our cameras and microphones. Despite these obstacles, I know that we strive for the best possible education we could manage, seeing as we are all sitting here, moments away from officially concluding our time in high school. Senior year is one that I know we all looked forward to, but despite most of the traditions we look forward to being canceled, we still went through with the ones that could be managed online. One of the first senior activities we did was choose a senior quote, which ended up being "Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined," by Henry David Thoreau. As our time as high schoolers come to an end, I could not think of a better quote that fits our class of 2021. First, we chose to go confidently in the directions of our individual dreams. From looking at all the slides that Ms. Farr made this past year, I can see my fellow classmates pursuing further education or going into the careers that best fit their plans of the future. Whether one is going to a 2-year college or technical college, going to the military, or going straight to work after high school, we are following the paths of our dreams, even if they are not the clearest of paths right now. Throughout our time in high school, we have been preparing to be put on these paths. whether it was doing IB, concurrent enrollment, attending pick-ins, choosing to work a job as a student, or just attending a regular high school classes. We each know why we are doing what we are and what we are preparing for. I grew up with parents who made many sacrifices to come to the United States, and I dream of one day being able to give back to them for all that they have done for me. My younger self worried about how I would pay for college or even how I would get into my dream school, and the only way I could do this is through dedicating time to my education. I decided on doing IB by the end of my sophomore year, which not only gave me an insight into what college will look like by putting me in college-level classes that made me and many others pull many all-nighters, but it also formed what I would call my high school experience. I also participated in HOSA and interned at a hospital because I knew that my dreams consisted of one day becoming a pediatrician. These experiences have formed who I am and give me a push to be able to attend my dream school, and for free at that. Already, I am giving back to my parents because they will not have to worry about any expenses that have to do with my education for the next 4 years. My parents and goals push me to confidently go in the direction of my dreams. While we all have different motivators, whether it is your family or to fulfill your much-deserved happiness, I am confident that we each will, and I know we will because of the perseverance and determination you have all shown this past year, despite most of us having our microphones and cameras off. Lastly, as the quote mentions, we are living the life we have imagined. Despite this year being something we could not have imagined before it occurred, we have reached a point that we have been dreaming of since we stepped into school, and that is our graduation. By getting our high school diploma, we are one step closer to our individual dreams. I used to imagine one day of being a student at UCLA, and due to my hard work, I will be living that dream by the time the quarter starts in September. Through the perseverance, Thank you. Through the perseverance class of 2021 has shown this past year, I know that we will each be living the life we have all been imagining, whether it is at a specific career or something as broad as feeling genuinely happy. I hope we reach that point in life, and I have confidence that we all will. I'd like to thank everyone who is here today, watching the class of 2021 stepping into a new chapter in our lives. For every teacher, coach, and classmate has shaped who we are as individuals, as well as shaped our knowledge and what we know of the world. I'd like to personally thank Ms. Dew, Mr. Harville, Ms. Van Gundy, and Ms. Hartley for nurturing my love for science and pushing further my decision to go into the medical field. I'd also like to thank Ms. Farmer and Mr. Henge for teaching me to love playing a sport, which is tennis, something I thought was impossible before. Next, I'd like to say it was a pleasure to have all of you as classmates. Many of us have created lasting friendships and relationships that have had an impact on each other. I would like to specifically thank my friends Evelyn, Andrea, Carlos, Julia, Jocelyn, and Ariana for being some of the coolest people I know and for making high school a little bit more bearable. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my family and most importantly, my parents for being supportive and encouraging of everything. Please know that at times when I feel like giving up, I think back to you because I want to someday be able to give back to you for all the sacrifices you have made for my sister and me. I would also like to thank my family and relatives here in the United States and Peru. Honestly, one of the main reasons I worked hard to get straight A's on my transcript was to get on a plane by the time my summer break began. I would like to specifically thank my tia Janet for upholding me to the best standards. She would call me number one because of this one word I got in elementary school. And now I am once again fulfilling this nickname by being valedictorian. I would also like to dedicate my hard work to my uncle, as we would call him my tío Deme. He has had a significant role in my life as well as my education, despite it being 5 months since he left this earth. I would like to thank him for always reminding me to never forget my Peruvian roots, as well as motivating me to become a doctor. Despite him no longer being here, He, along with the rest of my family and close relatives, will always be on my mind as I embarked on my path of my dreams. Quiero dar las gracias a mi familia que siempre me apoya en mis estudios y también por demostrar en qué consiste un gran trabajador. También a mi familia que se encuentra en Perú, mi mamita, mis tías, tíos, primos y primas, muchas gracias y aunque estén lejos, siempre les llevaré en mi corazón. Once again, congratulations, class of 2021, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. We will always remain a flight above the rest.
Brianna, Ariana, thank you for those beautiful words. Our staff choir is prepared to share the song Seasons of Change as a dedication to the class of 2021. Please give your attention to the screen. Whoop-de-whoop, whoop, whoop, Hinkley Staff Choir. It's my pleasure to reintroduce the principal of Hinkley High School, Dr. Larry Irvin.
Good evening again, everyone. You're a great-looking crowd. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. It's my honor, and I'm humbled to be here this evening as the principal of Hinkley High School. I'd like to again welcome all of our honored guests, especially our parents, our students' families, friends of our graduates, our faculty and staff, and our school leaders. Thank you for being here to celebrate our graduates. And thank you to our staff choir for that beautiful song. Over this last year and a half, change is something that has impacted all of us. For our senior class, you have seen the world change dramatically in front of your eyes. As Ariana mentioned in her speech, it began for you in the spring of 2020, as you left for spring break. I love how Ariana captured what was the initial joy of a seemingly harmless extended spring break that went on for a second week. Little did we know at that time that the class of 2021 would not return to school as they had known it throughout the rest of their high school career. During and since the spring of 2020, we've all witnessed some of the most dramatic changes we've ever seen due to the pandemic. How we went about our daily lives, interacted with friends and family, shopped, worked, taught, and learned changed in ways most of us could never imagine. Now, almost a year and a half later, many of those changes seem normal. Even as we continue to return to the way life was before the pandemic, we have changed. Alongside the changes we've witnessed due to the pandemic, there were also events forcing change in our lives in the areas of politics, social, and racial justice. Indeed, in a short time, the class of 2021 has seen the world change in many ways before their eyes. While change presents challenges, it also presents opportunities. Our class of 21 has been successful in responding to the opportunities presented in their education, and they have successfully navigated the changes to online learning, hybrid learning, synchronous and asynchronous learning, yes, I had to say those words in this speech, and learning within a 20-day block schedule. For this, I want to acknowledge our seniors here today and thank all of our teachers and staff for helping you all to successfully navigate these changes, and your parents as well. Change also presents us with opportunities to reflect on how we responded to these changes. I want to encourage our seniors to reflect on how they did this past year. And I want you to think about what you did well, what you did to be successful, what you did to get you through this past year and a half. It's so important for you to have those instances of adapting, persisting, and succeeding as part of your life story. Because the truth is, you have been absolutely successful in navigating these changes you've faced in the last year and a half, and I'm proud of you for that. This pandemic is not the defining story of your senior year. The defining story of your senior year is how you successfully made it through this past year and a half, despite unprecedented challenges, in order to be here today. You are successful and proud graduates of Hinkley High School. Think about, know, and live your story of success for the rest of your lives. Finally, I want you to continue to create your story of success, knowing that there will always be challenges and changes throughout your life. And know that if you can succeed over this past year and a half, if you take the lessons you've learned about persistence, relentlessness, caring for yourself, caring for those around you, that you will be successful throughout your life. Keep creating your story of success. Class of 21, I wish you all the success with all the changes you will see in your life. Be good to yourselves and others. Be relentless in doing your best, and know that we love you. Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce the superintendent of Aurora Public Schools, Mr. Rico Munn.
Good evening. Good evening. I am all that stands between you and these. You should have some enthusiasm. Good evening. There you go, a little better. It is my honor to be with you tonight. It's so wonderful to be out here with all of you to celebrate this event. Graduates, can I ask you to take one moment to turn and thank the staff of Hinkley High School who has supported you throughout these years, particularly throughout this last difficult year, as represented by those sitting behind you. And also, can I ask you graduates to turn and thank your many friends and family and loved ones who are here supporting you and loving you as they have for so many years. It's wonderful to be able to sit from this vantage point because I get to see all of you graduates and all of your families and our staff framed and by such a beautiful sky. And I mention the sky because part of my responsibility being here is to stare at the clouds and hope we don't get rained on. And so this gives me a great vantage point to do that. But it also gives me a great way to see all of you as one big picture in a context framed by a beautiful sky. And let me offer you this one last piece of advice before you come up and celebrate. In moments big and small, make sure you take a chance to step back and look at the entire picture. Take a step back and look at the sky. We often tell you to put your head down, work hard to the finish line, but I want to tell you to stop and take a step back in the big moments and the small moments and look at the entire picture. There will be moments in your life where you feel overwhelmed by the moment, where perhaps you feel very lonely in the moment, or perhaps you're just not sure which direction to go. In that time, take a step back and look at the entire picture. Because what I can tell you is every time you do that, you will see a community of support around you. You will see an entire picture. You will see your ancestors that you came from. You will see the community that surrounds you. You will see your friends, your families, your loved ones, your classmates, your colleagues, all around you in many ways, supporting you and loving you through each of those moments. Take energy from those moments, take pride in those moments, and remember the entire picture of what makes you who you are, what makes you a T-bird, what makes you all the things that you will be. And as we think about those moments and as we embrace all those big moments, I want you to know it is my honor and my duty and my privilege today to accept you and welcome you as the Hinkley High School graduating class of 2021. Congratulations.
All right, you've been sitting for quite a long time, and it's that time now. At this point, we'd like our top 10 students to line up. Faculty heralds and platform guests, please take your places for the presentation of diplomas. Graduates, please remain standing until your entire row has received their diploma and returned to their seat. We will continue with row 1 being escorted by Ms. Campos, followed by row 2 being escorted by Ms. Lovato. As you know, graduation is a dignified ceremony. To honor our graduates and families, we would like every graduate's name to be heard. Please hold all applause, I know it's hard, and celebrations until all graduates have received their diploma. Thank you for your courtesy and respect for our graduates. Faculty heralds, it is now your time.
Brianna Remigio Oriana. Ariana Morales Garcia. Jessica Godoy. Nu Vo. Boncito Quebeto. Lishan Acosta Rios. Jimmy Tran. Simon Matias Chon. Gazi. Julia Mirita. Grace Curtis. Ryan Arambula. Brandon Bloomquist. Nicholas Coppinger. Hector de la Sueva Urena. Reese DeWild. Gustavo Luis Garcia. Gary Ruiz Salas. I know. Dairo Esquivel Loya. Danae Acosta Holguin. John Adu Marfo. Tigis Dageto. Did you smile, babe? Stephanie Aladam. Edgar Alcala Guzman. Sarah Alduami. Ramadan Ali. Yes! Yes! Oscar Alvarez Diaz. Ellen Amaro Campa. Itzel Amaya.
Genevieve Anima Castellano. Right on there. Maximiliano Arroyo Ramirez. Faith Avery. Pablo Avila de la Cruz. Karina Avina Tina. Sandar Ai. Anastasia Baker. Janet Banuelos Vargas. Genevieve Berrigan. Joaquin Barron. Violet Barton. New Boy. Mara Bencomo. Cheyenne Bernard. Marbella Bettinelli. Diane Bessania. Brianna Brannon. Jillian Brannon. Andrew Brown. Jimena Bustillos Moncada. Brianna Butler. Carlos Caceres. Isai Cardenas Rubio. Janet Cardoza. Angela Carranza Salcedo. Ready? Mario Carrillo Perez. Christina Carrillo Sanchez. Lena Cartagena.
Judith Casillas Lojuan. Sergio Serios. Enrique Cervantes. Okay. Edgar Chaveri Hernandez. Daisy Chavez. Jair Chavez. Leslie Chavez. Dorian Clark. Amari Cleveland. Christian Cordero Rodriguez. Camilla Davis. Jeremiah Davis. Okay. Lisbeth De Hoyos. Yoreli Delgadillo Roman. Are you cold? Sean Dominguez. Hannah Drew. Raymond Edwards. Giovanni Escalante. Jennifer Escobar Marufo. Jose Antonio Escobedo Duran. Alexa Espinoza Urena. Kayla Famber. Vanessa Felix Martinez. Alfredo Galaviz Sandoval. Andrea Garcia Hernandez. Noe Garcia Ramirez. Majorly Gomez Lopez.
Wilfredo Gonzalez. Juan Gonzalez. Giselle Gonzalez Arias. Estefany Gonzalez Vidal. Jocelyn Gracia. Michelle Granados Gutierrez. Aubria Guru Gayer. Christian Guevara Herrera. Ariadna Guevara Navarro. Rogelio Gutierrez. Naija Harden. Jaden Harris. Natalia Hastings. Tom Wayhead. Rachel Hernandez. Nancy Hernandez. Myra Hernandez. Angie Hernandez. Marisol Hernandez. Miguel Hernandez Betancourt. Martin Hernandez Garcia. Vanessa Hernandez Juarez. Brenda Hernandez Romero. Brandon Herrera. Allison Irias Martinez. Felipe Jaques. Paulina Jimenez. Kevon Johnson. Miguel Jimenez.
No, I'll hand it back. Okay. She'll hand you the. Okay. Ready? Casman Jones. Okay. Cloud Cahindo. Yeah. Edonela. Wenceslao Lara. Kamani Lee. Gabriel Labato Sanchez. Alondra Loera Gaona. Maria Lopez. Javen Lopez. Antonio Lopez Baldenegro. David Lopez Villacorta. Cesar Luevano Morales. Nevea Luna. Scott Lee. Marcus Macias. Anaí Magana Guerra. Austin Maldonado. Mariana Marquez Delgado. Jesus Martin Sainz. Angelo Martinez. Jesus Martinez. Jimmy Martinez Bustillo. Okay. Esperanza Martinez Jara. Marlene Martinez Marmelejo. Gracie Matthias. Mateos Mebratu Tesfaye. Caesar Medina. Soccer star. Rudy Medina. Zainab Osman Muhammad. Anthony Ortiz Leon.
Diego Zavala Zasweta. Miguel Medina Mendez. Daisy Mendoza. Alberto Mendoza Garcia. Katie Miller. Crystal Miranda. Stephanie Miranda Gutierrez. Goran Meese. Edith Montes Gonzalez. Karina Montoya. Alan Montoya Cano. Moo Moo. Leslie Mora Hernandez. Angela Morales Sereno. Naika Moreau. Deborah Mugani. Jair Munoz. Arlette Munoz. Taylor Knabb. Orion Navarro. Salvador Nunez Morales. Onyx Oates. Thank you. Randy Ochoa Terrazas. Sabrina O'Donnell Congdon. Saul Ogas Maldonado. Daisy Olivan Ortiz. Angie Ortega.
I know. Wow. Perks of having graduation by 4th of July. You ready? Cindy Pardo. Hydea Parham. Shamanika Parham. Ewepa. Gwyneth Perez. Jacob Perez. Molly Perez Chan Casanampa. Okay. Sandra Pineda Portillo. Ariana Polk. Jonathan Poole. Salma Pulido. Diana Quiñones Vallera. Amanda Quintana. Shandel Quintanilla Hinojosa. Jonathan Quintero Campa. Autumn Rains. Joanna Ramirez. Crystal Ramirez. Andrea Ramirez Ibarra. Christina Ramirez Soria. Roxana Rascon Perez. Okay. Martin Renteria. I am. Alicia Revolorio. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Jimena Reyes Talavera. Jocelyn Rico Sullivan. Idini Rios. Amber Rios Rodriguez. Mario Rodriguez Gonzalez. Itzel Rojas Chaparro. Catherine Caceres Aguilar.
Kendall Root. Giselle Rueda Perez. Calvario Rueda Rodriguez. Haley Ruggiero. Itzel Ruiz Dozal. Mabel Ruiz Marino. Daniel Sainz Moreno. Evelyn Sagastume Villegas. Edier Sanchez Jimenez. Anthony Sanchez Rincon. Somali Say. Jontel Short. Amber Cifuentes Caceres. Nadalyn Silva Marmolejo. Andre Sims. Mikaela Smith. Pedro Solares. Nathaniel Tafoya. Yiret Talamontes Ricarte. Samara Tapia Ornelas. Bryce Taylor. Katie Torres. Kevin Torres Hernandez. Icy Gomez. Michael Vallejo. Alan Vargas Dedas. Armando Vasquez Gomez. Amalia Von On. Jeremiah Warren Johnson.
You ready? Michaela Wilcox. Worrell. Anaya Worrell. Jordan Yim. Alberto Zambrano Rivera. Alan Sasueta. Sainab Aldalaham. Julissa Aguirre Marquez. Bernardo Baltazar Garcia. Jasmine Brown. Nayeli Bustamante. Giselle Bustillo. Oh, man. Iliano de los Santos Moreno. Vianney Diaz Mares. Allison Duarte Salinas. Samantha Garcia. Lorenza Flores Fisher. Michelle Gallardo Garcia. Adrian Garcia Ramirez. Jade Escobar. Candy Germany. Christian Gonzalez. Nayeli Gonzalez de Lara. Mackenzie Gonzalez. Amber Harrison. Karime Heredia Aleman. Jose Hernandez Cardenas. Avery Herrera Diera. Tony Aurche. Galvin Isby. Godfrey John. Rodolfo Rodriguez. Lisbeth Moreno Flores. Gedeon Itoko Bondo. Maria Esmeralda Centeno.
Kalaya Keptot.
They're coming. I don't know where Kathy put them. She's on her way with them.
Sopep Kim. Destiny Luna. Susan Martinez Leon. Genesis Mendoza. Joel Namorado. Manuel Navarro. Liliana Oakley. Shirley Neri. Caden Paz. Joanna Perez Calva. Said it many times. Mackay Phillips. Camila Quinones. Yarabi Ramirez. Fatima Ramirez Sierra. David Rodriguez Esquivel. Mariela Rodriguez Flores. Gabriel Romero Cruz. David Rubio. Brittany Ruiz Ibarra. Arian Sanchez. Tori Thorns. Jaime Asael Trejo Conde. Edwin Vargas Noyola. Samuel Velos. Hector Velez Saguilan. Oliver Villena de los Santos. George West. Diamante Wheelock.
Go Big D!
Alea Wilson.
All right, Dr. Irvin, you just took a whole bunch of pictures, but at this time, could you please present the graduating class of 2021?
All right, Superintendent Munn, I present to you the graduating class of William C. Hinkley High School. I hereby certify that the members of William C. Hinkley's graduating class of 2021 have met the graduation requirements established by the state of Colorado and the Aurora Public Schools Board of Education. I declare them eligible for graduation from William C. Hinkley High School. Congratulations.
All right, seniors, I hope you can find your cap. Class of 2021, are you ready? At this time, take your tassel on the right and move it to the left. You are now official graduates of Hinkley High School. Audience, please rise for the recessional. Graduates will now exit the stadium. Guests, please exit at this time and meet your graduate at your car. Graduates will receive their diplomas at the north side of the field by the gym doors. Congratulations! Woo!